Hello everyone, this is Zekiziel, and I'll be running through several episodes of Helsreach by Richard Boylan. And since this was recommended to me by one of you guys, since the entire thing is over 2 hours, I'm going to do several episodes in one go, and then several more episodes in my second go. I'd also like to apologize for the delay in making videos. Had more dire wolf-related troubles, and had to siege a castle. By hand, mind you. I am not a blood dragon, which means that I cannot punch with the force of a cannon. So, yeah, it didn't go too well. I mean, I got in, but yeah, not unscathed. And I've been recovering since then. But anyway, without further ado, let us begin.
I will die on this world. I cannot tell where this conviction comes from. Whatever birthed it is a mystery to me, and yet the thought clings like a virus, blooming behind my eyes and taking deep root within my mind. It almost feels real enough to spread corruption to the rest of my body, like a true sickness. It will happen soon, within the coming nights of blood and fire. I will draw my last breath, and when my brothers return to the stars, my ashes will be scattered over the priceless earth of this accursed world. Armageddon. Even the name twists my blood until burning oil beats through my veins. I feel anger now, hot and heavy, flowing through my heart and filtering into my limbs like boiling poison. My hands curl into fists. I am strong, born only to slay for the Emperor and the Imperium. I am pure, wearing the blackest of the black, trained to serve as a spiritual guide as well as a war leader.
Okay, so this is the perspective of the chaplain then. And I must say that whoever was the voice actor that GW got for the audiobook that the audio is taken from, excellent choice. And as for the person who made the videos, I like the visual style. It actually kind of reminds me of some of those like old movies where everything looked kind of inky, so to speak.
I am wrath incarnate, living only to kill until finally killed. I am a weapon in the eternal crusade to forge humanity's mastership of the stars. Its strength, purity, and wrath will not be enough. I will die on this world. I will die on Armageddon.
Also, I will say that I definitely enjoy like as a whole is this just amazing. Both of the voice actor for the audiobook and also the animation work done by the video creator. It's all just amazing, and I'm really glad that actually I got recommended this by one of you guys. It's also just so is one of the piece of work that's about Space Marines that I'm actually interested in. It's actually gotten me hooked already. Oh, a dreadnought.
In the holiest chamber of our ancient flagship, I lower myself to one knee and bow my head, because this is what is asked of me. Grimaldus, High Marshal Helbrecht intoned. His voice was a guttural rumble, rendered harsh from yelling orders and battle cries in 100 wars on 100 worlds. We have summoned you to be judged. I have answered the summons. I submit myself before your judgment, my liege.
Judged?
Mordred is dead. Helbrecht's voice was a deep murmur. Slain by the archenemy. You, Grimaldus, have lost a master. We have all of us lost a brother. It was the belief of Reclusiarch Mordred that upon his death, you would be worthiest of our brother chaplains to stand in his stead. His final decree was that you, of all your brethren, would be the one to rise to the rank of
Reclusiarch.
The figure inclined his head in greeting.
Arterium, we draw near to our destination. I took the liberty of readying the squad for planetfall. This world will burn. It will not be the first, nor the last. Have you seen the projections? The fleet auguries, the number of vessels in the local systems already? Yeah, I lost interest when the numbers became too high for me to count on my fingers.
Arterian snorted at his own weak joke.
I imagine he's not very interested in very many projections, considering the scale of war in the 40K universe. Just how often death tolls tend to soar, or into like hundreds of thousands, if not millions, like all the way up to potentially trillions. Because when you consider the population a single planet can have.
Jest.
We will fight and win, or fight and die. All that ever changes is the color of the sky we fight under, and the shade of the blood on our blades.
My brothers' names are Arterian, Priamus, Cador, Nerovar, and Bastilan. These are the knights that have waged war beside me for decades.
Oh yeah, actually.
We are the...
Wait, given the emblem on their shoulder guard, which is, if I remember correctly, isn't that a Maltese cross, and that's the symbol worn by the Black Templars, who are an Imperial Fist successor chapter?
Knights of Squad Grimaldus. Within his veins, Cador carries the blessed blood of Rogel Dawn with what seems like weary honor. He is older than I, older by far. His decades within the Sword Brethren are behind him now. Priamus is the rising sun to Cador's dusk. He is aware of his skills in the unsubtle and undignified way of many young warriors. A blade master, he calls himself. Yet he is not mistaken. Arterion is... Arterion. My shadow, just as I am his. It is rare among our number for any knight to lay aside personal glory, yet Arterion is the one who carries my banner into battle. Nerevar is the newest among us. The squad required the presence of an apothecary. In the trials, only Nerevar impressed the rest of us with his quiet endurance. Bastilan is last. Bastilan, always the best and least of us all. A leader, but not a commander. An inspiring presence, but not a strategist. Forever a sergeant, never fated to rise as a castellan or marshal. My brothers go through the same rituals of checking and rechecking. A curious sense of unease descends upon me.
Not often that that I actually see a drop pod getting hit on its way down. Although I'd probably chalk that up to the fact that, if I remember correctly, don't the Space Marine drop pods normally have countermeasures employed in things like chaff and whatnot in order to make it more difficult for them to be targeted by anti-air.
And Loghain of the Sword Brethren. That there is talk of the High Marshal nominating you to lead a crusade.
It is my belief, not merely the wish of your fallen master, that you should take the honor we offer you now. You have waged war at my side for 200 years, Grimaldus. Will you stand at my side as Helsreach of the Eternal Crusade?
Yes, my liege.
I dub thee Helsreach of the Eternal Crusade, as a knight of the Inner Circle. Let that be the last blow you receive unanswered.
It will be so, my liege.
As it should be.
I think that's a nice little touch. That part of the ceremony for when someone becomes Reclusiarch is literally being smacked across the face, and then being told to make that at the last blow that they receive unanswered. Also reminds me of in the Dawn of War games with the Space Marines. One of the lines that Tactical Marines will sometimes say, is something along those lines. I can't remember the exact voice line in but it was like something about returning a greeting in kind to the enemy, like when they come under attack. But yeah, since it was mentioned that this is Armageddon, of course, yeah, specifically Gazgul. Oh, the setting. By the way, I always find it interesting how the Imperial Guard lasgun, a weapon that in many other science fiction and science fantasy universes would be extremely powerful. A single bolt from a lasgun, and I have heard, has contained within its beam the equivalent heat energy of the energy released is by a shot from an M1 Abrams main gun. And the fact that this heat being focused into exposed flesh causes it to just instantly boil and then boil, vaporize, and essentially explode. And that if the actual fact that your flesh has literally boiled and exploded doesn't kill you, the agony of it will probably make you go into shock. Yet, despite how powerful that is, against things like orcs, it is well known that these things get called flashlights or laser pointers because of just how many lasgun shots things like the various enemies of the Imperial Guard can take before they actually go down. Is that Commissar Yard? The scene where he loses his arm and then replaces it with an orc power claw.
Are you Kirov?
I am.
We are the Emperor's Knights. We are the warriors of the Eternal Crusade and the sons of Rogel Dawn. I am Helsreach, High Marshal of the Black Templars. With me is Bayard, Emperor's Champion, and Grimaldus, Reclusiarch. We come to offer you our blades, our service, and the lives of over 900 warriors in the defense of your world.
Kurov stood in silence. 900 Astartes. Entire star systems were conquered with a fraction of that.
I am glad to hear it. And welcome to Armageddon.
It's always nice when Astartes actually help people with these sort of things. Because from what I've heard, the only people who can properly give orders to the Astartes due to what their power structure would be the Emperor himself, and that even the High Lord telling the Astartes something is taken more as a suggestion than an actual order. And that they tend to kind of just do their own thing for the most part.
Hades' hive will not survive the first week.
The man speaking is ancient, and he looks every hour of his age. Both piety and hate echo in his every word. His name is Sebastian Yarrick. Even we Astartes must respect that name.
What is coming in system now far exceeds what has laid waste to the planet before. The other hives must be reinforced 1,000 times over. Hades will burn.
At our best estimations, Battle Fleet Armageddon, the orbital defenses, and the Astartes fleets remaining in the void will be able to deny the enemy landing for 9 days. These are our best estimates.
And the worst? 4 days.
Once the orbital war is lost, be it 4 days or 9, our fleets will break from the planet in a fighting withdrawal. From then on, Armageddon will be defenseless beyond what is already entrenched upon the surface. The Orcs will be free to land whatever and wherever they wish.
Who will lead the Astartes vessels?
Given his seniority and the expertise of his chapter, High Marshal Helsreach of the Black Templars will take overall command of the Astartes fleets. We are to remain in orbit.
We are the obvious choice to command the Astartes elements in the orbital battles.
I was wrong. I will not die in futility on this world.
High Marshal, we can slaughter the Greenskin Tyrant before he even sets foot on the world below us.
I have already spoken with the other marshals, my brother. We must leave a contingent on the surface to defend one of the hive cities that yet remains ungarrisoned by Astartes.
That is not our duty, my liege.
And yet, a commander must remain.
Don't do this.
It is already done.
No!
This is not the time. The decision is made, Grimaldus. I know you as I knew Mordred. You will not refuse this honor.
I would burst the great enemy's black heart in my hand and cast his blasphemous flagship to the surface of Armageddon, wreathed in holy fire. Do not leave me here, Helsreach. Do not deny me this glory.
You will not refuse this honor. Wait, brother.
So he thinks he's being sidelined when he should be taking part in the chance to actually just prevent the orcs from ever arriving. Well, less prevent them from ever arriving, more to a decapitating strike.
Blood of dawn. Now that's a sight.
Their destination was called, with bleakness so typical of this world, Helsreach. We cannot be the only Astartes strength sent to this city. We will not be alone. The Guard is with us, and militia forces. Humans? The Legio Invigilata has landed to the east of the city. Titans, my brother. I don't see you sneering at that. Reclusiac. How can we defend all this? With blade and bolter. With faith and fire.
With just one hand. Did Yarok have cybernetics, like in his arms by any chance? Before getting an Orc Power Claw grafted onto his arm stump. Servitor? I assume.
I am Grimaldus, Reclusiarch of the Helsreach Crusade. I am Colonel Saren of the 101st Steel Legion and overall commander of the Imperial Guard forces defending the Hive. Muted clicks could be heard every few seconds from the helms of the knights standing closest to him. Saren knew full well they were speaking with each other over a shared Vox channel. He didn't like it. Not at all. Who are these others? I would meet every commander of this hive, if they are present.
They are present, sir.
Reclusiarch. Not sir.
As you wish, Reclusiarch. This is Syria Tyro, Adjutant Quintus to General Kurov. Commissar Falkov of my command staff. This is Major Mordecai Reichen, Second Officer of the 101st and XO of the City Defense. Commander Corton Barasath of the Imperial 5082nd Naval Wing. A pleasure to serve with the Black Templars again.
You have served with the Knights of Dawn before.
I have personally, 9 years ago on Dathax, and the 5082s have on no fewer than 4 separate occasions. 16 of our fighters are marked with the Heraldic Cross, with permission given by Marshal Tarrason of the Dathax Crusade.
I am honored, Barasath.
The Most Honorable Moderati Primus Valian Casimir of the Legio Invigilata, crewman of the Blessed Engine Storm Herald.
Moderati, you speak with the voice of your legion?
A full battle group. I am the voice of Princeps Majoris Zaha Mancion, and the rest of Invigilata is committed to other engagements.
Fortune favors us that you still remain. We have much to discuss.
Indeed we do. This way, if you please.
A city. I am in command of a city. Preparations have been underway for months, but estimates pit the great enemy arriving in system within a handful of days. The hours pass in a blur of statistical outlays, charts, hololithic projections, and graphs. The food supplies for the entire city. Ration projections, sustainable food ration planning. Unsustainable food ration planning, with appended lists of estimated sacrificial casualties. Estimates of disease once the city is shelled and civilian casualties are too heavy to be dealt with efficiently. Types of disease, symptoms, severity, risk of contagion, compatibility with the Orc genus. Imperial Guard numbers. Throne what numbers? Regiments, their officers, their live fire training accuracy records, their citations, their shames, their moments of greatest glory and ignominy in a host of distant worlds. The Guard figures alone take 2 days to file through.
That, by the way, is impressive in the sense that because of the mental acuity that Space Marines have, to the point where, well, just the fact that they can memorize the Codex Astartes is something huge compared to like a human. So if anyone's suited for this, it would definitely be Space Marines. But even then, the fact that it takes him 2 days is both a testament to just how much information there is to go through, but also how fast a Space Marine can go through that.
And this, they say, is merely the overview. Coastal defenses, walls and turrets and anti-air towers, and trade requirements and union complaints, and petitions arguing over docking rights and warehouses appropriated as barracks for soldiers, and complaints from merchants and dock officers, and... And I endure this for 9 days. 9 days.
Oh, he's absolutely sick of that.
What is that?
Throne of the God Emperor.
They're coming.
people of Hive Helsreach. Do not be alarmed. The enemy fleet has translated in system. The might of Battlefleet Armageddon and the greatest Astartes fleet in Imperial history stands between our world and the foe's forces. Maintain your daily rites of faith. Trust in the God Emperor of mankind. That is all.
You. Hail the Black Templar flagship Eternal Crusader immediately.
My lord, I am coordinated...
Do it! Now!
Yes, my lord. A moment, please. The Eternal Crusader is making ready to engage the enemy fleet. I can send a message, but their two-way communications are in lockdown without the proper command codes. Do you have the codes, my lord?
I am being a fool. My fury is blinding me to my sworn duty. I have the codes, but this is not an emergency. Simply send the following message to their incoming logs with no need for a reply. Fight well, brothers.
Sent, lord.
My thanks. Forgive me a moment's cola. We have a war to plan.
Until their dying nights, the warriors of the Helsreach Crusade
Was that
bore their
Helsreach?
lamentations and rage with all the dignity that could be expected of them. But it was no easy feat. No easy feat to be consigned to a city of several million frightened souls, while above the stained clouds, hundreds upon hundreds of their battle brothers were carving their glory from the steel and flesh of an ancient and hated foe. The Black Templars across the city looked skyward, as if their helms' red eye lenses could pierce the wretched clouds and see the holy war above.
Give the order to Imperial forces throughout Helsreach. Martial law is in immediate effect. Seal the city.
Things are going to get very interesting for people on the ground soon. If I remember correctly, there's the Orca tank moons. Sorry, not tank moons. That was War of the Beast. The rocks.
In 3 days, they will decide if they are to come to our aid or deploy along the Hemlock River with the rest of their legion.
There's a chance they will not even walk in our defense.
So it seems.
I am going to the view tower. Is the Moderati Primus still within the hive?
Yes, Reclusiac.
Tell him to meet me there. Be polite, but do not ask. Tell him. This is the greatest of Armageddon's port cities. We are about to be assaulted by the largest green-skinned breed Xenos invasion ever endured by the Imperium of Man. We must have Titans, Casimir. I am aware of your need. My need. It is the Hive's need. Armageddon's need. As you say, the Hive's need, but I am not the Princeps Majoris. I report on the Hive's defenses to her, and the decision is hers to make. The Invigilata has received strong petitions from other cities and other forces. I must speak with her. If you wish, I could perhaps arrange a conversation over the Vox. But I am here, a man of not inconsiderable station myself, to show that Invigilata is earnest in its dealings with you. I appreciate that. I am not blind to your rank. Tell me, Moderati, is it permissible to speak with your Princeps Majoris in person? No, Reclusiac. That would be a violation of Invigilata tradition. Your objection is noted, and duly ignored. What? Artarian, ready the Land Raider. We're going out into the wastelands.
Considering how large and heavy a Land Raider is, that it is a vehicle capable of transporting Terminators, and they actually hit a speed high enough that little jump like that, I imagine it's going to be quite the thud. Is that an Emperor class or a Warlord class?
I am Grimeldus, Reclusiarch of the Black Temple.
Your identity is known to us.
The next time I am interrupted, I will kill one of you.
We are not to be threatened.
Neither are you to be addressed. You are nothing. Slaves, all of you. Barely above servitors. Now move aside. I have business with your mistress.
We are not to be ordered into submission. We are to remain as duty demands.
I will speak with the Princeps Majoris of Invigilata, even if I have to shout up to the cathedral itself. Reclusiarch, must we bear this foolish indignity? No. Kill them.
I wish to speak with the intruders.
Access granted.
That is what I thought you would say. Make this count, brother. Trust me.
Greetings, Astartes.
Princeps Majoris, an honor to stand in your presence.
Waste no time on pleasantries. Storm herald wits, and soon I must walk. Speak.
I am told by one of this Titan's pilots, as an ambassador to Helsreach, that Invigilata may not walk in our defense.
This is so. I command 1/3 of this legio. The rest already walks in defense of the Hemlock Legion. Many with your brothers, the Salamanders. Do you come to petition me for my portion of mighty Invigilata?
I do not beg, Princeps. I came to see you with my own eyes and ask you face to face to fight and die with us.
But you have not yet completed your intended duty, Astartes.
Is that so?
We are not face to face. You have very kind eyes. What is your name?
Grimaldus of the Black Templars.
Now we are face to face, Grimaldus of the Black Templars. You have been bold enough to come here and honor me with your face. I am no fool. I know how rare it is for a chaplain to reveal his human features to one not of his brotherhood. Ask what you came to ask, and I will answer.
Princeps Zaha, Helsreach calls for you. Will you walk?
Invigilata will walk.
Welcome to Helsreach.
Hail, chaplain. I was born in a hive like this, you know.
It is fitting then that you'll be dying here, Zaha.
Do you say so, Sir Knight? Have you seen me today?
It is impossible not to see you, Princeps.
It's impossible to kill me as well. Remember that, Grimaldus.
Helsreach was ready. And, as night fell, the sky caught fire.
And the war in the void has already been lost, it looks like. Or rather, is in the process of being, says where they're retreating now that it has been lost. Actually, wait a second. Yeah, I'm probably going too fast with that. It's probably it could also just be part and parcel of the fighting. That a few ships come down in the process. Although with that, it looks to be a battle barge. A good landing if I say so myself, considering something of that size crashing down onto Armageddon.
The ship registers as the Purest Intent, an Astartes vessel, strike cruiser class, belonging to the Shadow Wolves. They fell at the Battle of Varadon 11 years ago. Their last companies were annihilated by the Tyrannid breed Xenos. The Black Templars were with them at the end. What is the status of Battlefleet Armageddon? Holding, but we have a greater comprehension of enemy numbers now. The
Okay, so
4 to
it was
9
just a
day
start.
estimate has been abandoned as of 30 minutes ago. This is the greatest greenskin fleet ever to face the Imperium. The fleet's casualties are approaching 1 million souls. 1 or 2 more days at best.
The crash ship.
I suggest we hold, Reclusiarch. A handful of greenskin survivors cannot hope to survive an assault against the walls. They would be insane, even for orcs to try. Send a Titan. I am not making a jest. Send a Titan to obliterate the wreckage. Inspire the men. Give them an overwhelming victory before the true battle is even joined.
That would also
Commissar is correct.
that also mean destroying a strike cruiser, which they could possibly reclaim. Then again, if that thing is full of orcs, who knows? But it could also potentially be full of Astartes who are also fighting the orcs.
Helsreach needs an overwhelming victory. It is time my knights took to the field. This is bad comedy.
Fall back, damn it!
Priamus sensed another lecture about vainglory in his future.
We will draw first blood.
Grimaldus had said to them all, as if it was something to care about, as if it would affect the final battle in any way at all.
Join me, brothers. Join me as I shake off this disgust at the stasis gripping my bones and slake my bloodthirst in holy slaughter.
These warriors who called him vainglorious were blind to the truth. He was not rash, he merely trusted in his skills to carry him through any challenge. Was that a weakness? How could it be considered so, when Priamus's deeds and glories were already rising to eclipse those of his brothers?
Priamus, leave him be. Let him hunt. He needs to stand alone for now. He needs discipline. He needs our trust. I smell fresh blood. A survivor, still bleeding. No. What did you say? I said no. They always seem so immune to pain. But no. Look into its eyes, brother. Do you see? No, brother. If there is a lesson in this, I am blind to it. Let me end it. Its existence offends me. No. Its lifespan is measured in moments. Let it die in this pain. Nero! Do you see something?
Yes, something.
So enlighten me.
It's Priamus.
Isn't it always?
I've lost his life signs.
That cannot be. Here, among this rabble.
I do not make mistakes. Reclusiarch,
Speak.
I've lost Priamus's life signs, sir.
Brothers, maintain search and destroy orders. What? We need to be silent. I will find Priamus.
Is that a rocket launcher?
Greetings. Nero.
Helsreach.
I have found Primus. Aft, deck 4. Tertiary spine corridor.
On my way. Assessment?
Some kind of force discharging weapon. His armor is powered down, but he's still breathing.
3 minutes, Helsreach.
Oh, so some kind of snaz gun or something that shoots. It's electrified blades.
Those
Or actually,
horses.
it's a force weapon.
They shot
so
me.
a power field?
Some kind of nerve weapon. Get away from me! Speak. I would hear your thoughts. I am not blind to your tensions of late. Duty is not always glorious. You have changed since inheriting Mordred's mantle. You are speaking foolishness. No, hear me. We have spoken, Cador, Nero, Bastilan, Primus, and myself. We must all deal with these changes, and we must all face this duty. Your darkness is spreading to the entire crusade.
Helsreach.
Colonel Sam,
Bloodthirst and desire for
Helsreach.
glorious battle.
Throne of the God Emperor. It's truly beginning.
elaborate.
Battle Fleet Armageddon is in full retreat. The Astartes fleet is withdrawing alongside them. It's beginning.
Has there been any communication from the Eternal Crusader?
Yes. Shall I have the message relayed to you?
At once, Colonel.
Helsreach, this is the Crusader. We are breaking from the planet. The orbital war is lost. Hell is coming, brother.
That is a lot of works. A lot of warships. Given the size of ships in 40K, are those escorts? Because I know escorts can be 2 kilometers long. Boy, the green tide, it has arrived.
Do you see that? Do you see that?
He thought he was going to be sidelined, while the fleet got all the glory. Well then.
Are you all as insulted as I am? This is what they send against us? This is what they send, this rabble. We hold one of the mightiest cities on the face of the planet. The fury of its guns sends all skyborne enemies to the ground in flames. We stand united in our thousands. Our weapons without number, our purity without question, and our hearts beating courage through our blood. And this is how they attack us? Brothers and sisters, a legion of beggars and alien dregs wheezes its way across the plains. Forgive me when the moment comes that they whine and weep against our walls. Forgive me that I must order you to waste ammunition upon their worthless bodies. I have heard many souls speak my name in whispers since I came to Helsreach. I ask you now, do you know me? Do you know me? Yes! I am Grimaldus of the Black Templars, a brother to the Steel Legions of this defiant world. Never again in life will your actions carry such consequence. Never again will you serve as you serve now. No duty will matter as much, and no glory will taste as true. We are the defenders of Helsreach. On this day, we carve our legend in the flesh of every alien we slay. Will you stand with me? Yes! Sons and daughters of the Imperium, our blood is the blood of heroes and martyrs. The Xenos dare defile our city. They dare tread the sacred soil of our world. We will throw their bodies from these walls when the final day dawns. This is our city. This is our world. Say it, cry it out so the bastards in orbit will hear our fury. Run, alien dogs. Come to me. Come to us all. Come and die in blood and fire. For the Templars. For the Steel Legion. For Helsreach. Louder. They cannot hear you, brothers. Hurl yourselves at these walls in human filth. Die in our blades. I am Grimaldus of the Black Templars and will cast your carcasses from these holy walls.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need the morale with what's coming their way. This is just the beginning. Yeah. I think I'll stop there for now. We've gone through parts 1 through 7. And I must say, it has been amazing to watch. Both the voice acting, actually, by the narrator, that Games Workshop chose for the audiobook, is excellent, and so is the quality of the animation as well. Well, if anyone watching this somehow doesn't know about this, which I'd be very surprised by, then I'd highly recommend subscribing to the creator's channel, and a link to it will be in the description below, as well as a link to all the parts I've watched thus far. And if you enjoyed watching this with me, then feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. But that'll be all for now. signing off, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day.